Let's continue this mid-season analysis now on the defensive side of the ball. This defense is being playing, in a high level. Now, these been two games that, as good as that this defense was, they play absolutely terrible, and that is the Atlanta game in the Kansas City. Especially the Kansas City is being one of the worst defensive um, efforts that I've seen from this team in in a couple of years, easily. Andy Reid, he destroyed our offense. He's cool D'Amico Ryans from the beginning to the end. So one of the major critics for this defense is the lack of adjustments after halftime. During the first part of any game, we perform absolutely amazing. Since the previous to the Kansas City Chiefs game, we didn't allow a single touchdown in the first half of every game. It was only field goals. That tells you how good this defense is. Then comes the Kansas City Chiefs and absolutely destroy us. Nonetheless, this is an elite defense. And we have talent through all the roster in our defense. Again, and this has been one of the biggest problems for our team, not only for our defense, but season after season, we have so many injured players. And this year is not been the exception. We have Manuel Mosley went down with a torn ACL, Asej Salchair, Dre Greenlow, Armstead, Kinlow. It's been absolutely terrible. The injuries for this defense. Still, we are performing as an elite defense. Now, let's talk about who's who's been the most improved player in this defense. And I have three names. The first one obviously needs to be Talanoa Hufanga. He's been playing lights out like a Pro Bowl, like an All Pro. The comeback of Troy Polamalu. He's been absolutely amazing. Not only in the running game, intercepting pick six, deflecting balls. Deshaun Gibson got the interception, tackle for losses, sacks, whatever. It is being one of the most electrifying players in our defense. Now, there's been some moments that Hofanga hasn't performed that good. Okay, especially against Atlanta, he took some very bad angles at the moment of tackling, and I mean, he's cleaning up the his game, and he's just in his second year, and I'm pretty sure that he will continue growing, and he's going to be one of our best players for years to come in this defense. So one of the most improved players for this defense this year is being Talanoa Hufanga. There's no doubt about it. But how about Drake Greenlow? He was, before he got injured, that pretty sure that we are going to have him back after the bye week. But he was one of the best linebackers in the game, sideline to sideline, making tackles, incredible fast linebacker. Amazing. Now, it's always been a problem with Greenlaw, these mental errors, right? The penalties, the hits on the quarterbacks when they're sliding. He needs to clean that up. He's one of the best linebackers so far, not only for our team, but in the league. He is, so fast, sideline to sideline, incredible. And then another player that He was in every single major statistic category. He was top 10. And I'm talking about Emmanuel Mosley. Unfortunately, like we said, he went down with a torn ACL, but in every single major category in the statistic of cornerbacks, Emmanuel Mosley was top 10. He was playing lights out for us this season. Like I say, unfortunately, he went down with a torn ACL, but there's no doubt that the most improved player in our defense must be Talanoa Hofanga, who's been our best player in defense. And here there's a lot of names. You have Talanoa Hufanga, you have Jack Greenlow, you have Bosa, you have Warner. I mean, pick one. Pick one, and any of these names, you're going to be right. There is no doubt that we have so much talent in our defense. Now, like I said, Talanoa Hufanga, he's been electric, he's been special for us this season. And but he's still missing some experience. Obviously, he's playing calls. I mean, absolutely amazing, Talanoa Hofanga. Derek Greenlow, our leading tackler, Nick Bosa, our leading sack performer, and Fred Warner. I mean, he is the backbone. He is the leader. He is the general of this defense. So pick one. For me, is I don't know if I needed to pick just one. I will go with Fred Warner. When Drake Greenlaw, a seasonal Terrier that went down, he needed to step it up. He stepped it up. He proved his game. He's been playing absolutely incredible. There's no doubt that he's a Pro Bowl, All Pro linebacker, and happy to have him. So our best player in the defense so far for me is being Fred Warner. Like I'm saying, if you pick Hofanga or Greenlow or Bosa, you're not wrong. Every single one is being absolutely lights out for us this season. Disappointments in the defensive side of the ball. Wow. Just come to my mind two names: Kinlo and Armstead. Javon Kinlo and Arik Armstead. Why? They've been injured. They haven't been in the field. They went for a couple of games and then they got injured. Hoping that we are going to have both of them coming back after the bye week. But so far, it's been a disappointment that they haven't been in the field. I mean, obviously, Emmanuel Mosley, you can talk about another disappointment, but not because of the level where how they were playing, just because they got injured. And especially talking about Kinlo, that he hasn't been. He's our first round pick that is supposed to replace the Forrest Buckner, and he hasn't been in the field. So disappointment for this season, Javon Kinlo, who's been our worst player. And like we said before, we there were two games against Atlanta and against the Kansas City Chiefs that our defense it got dismantled, right? Especially in the Kansas City game. But there's how can I put it? There's some plays that they were crucial to win or to lose these games. And one of the worst performance in those games was Samuel Womack. He was guarding Pitts on the game against Atlanta and allowed the touchdown. He was the player that missed the tackle. Well, not missed the tackle. He couldn't reach Marcus Mariota to score the touchdown. So Womack, unfortunately, just because of those plays, otherwise, I mean, he hasn't played a lot. But at the beginning of the season, he was our starting nickel and he played decent. But I mean, couple of plays, it will give him this reward. Who's been our MVP? Wow. In our defense, so if our best player is Warner, the most valuable player should go to Warner. Now, I don't know. Probably I will give the MVP to Talanoa Hufanga. Why? He brings something different to this defense that we had before. He's an electric player. He's always calling the plays before it happened in the line of scrimmage. He's in the line of scrimmage. He's covering passes. He's deflecting passes. He's getting interception. He's getting tackles for loss. He's getting sacks. I mean, this. I mean, Hofanga is a special player. He needs just to get more experience and more season as a player. But otherwise, he's been amazing and outstanding this season for the 49ers. Now, honorable mention. Bosa went down in for a couple of games, for one game, sorry, and we need another player to step up and help with the pass rushing. Now, Samson Abakami, he's been good, very good for us this season. Drake Jackson, he's getting up there, our rookie. And but a name that a lot of people they pass through is Charles O'Manihue. And he's been absolutely great this season. He might be one of the most improved players too. So, honorable mention goes to Charles O'Manihue. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe. And like always, see you in the next one.